This is a quick video to demonstrate how you can get up and running with the computed search module. Um, in my demonstration, I'm going to be using the launch Sitecore website, the demo website, and I'm going to be showing you how I can target specific content on an item as well as items that are part of the presentation details to bring into a computed search field. So first things first, once you get the actual module downloaded, you just got to install that package. And all you have to do is obviously go to Development Tools, Installation Wizard. I'm just going to go ahead and you'll see I already have the package set up here in my instance. So I'm going to just go ahead and install it. And basically what this is going to do is just drop an assembly into your bin folder and put a configuration or couple configuration files in your include, where you can see the pipeline for the module, as well as some disabled sample index configurations for both Lucene and Solr. Works fine on both. Alright, so let's take a look. So navigate over to our instance, and you'll see there's our assembly that's been loaded, Sitecore computed search, and over here you'll see an include. We have this guy, computed search, and this is where the pipelines are. You can crack this guy open if you want to. Okay, and you'll see we have pipeline, and in documentation you'll notice there's also a setting where you can turn on debugging. Some useful debugging information. There's more information in the documentation of the types of things you'll see. Basically it'll be writing some useful information to the Sitecore log files so you can help troubleshoot if you're having issues. Obviously the other files are the sample index configurations. So I'm just going to use the Lucene one here. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and crack that guy open really fast. And you'll notice there that the sample just actually shows you a configuration that can be used to for the launch Sitecore website. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a new page search content computed field over here, and I am going to bring in content and from the basically from the home page, where this guy's a scope item, so I'll just show you really fast where that guy's coming from. So we've got our Sitecore instance. It's going to reboot himself. But basically the scope defines where the crawler needs to start when it's crawling down the tree and looking for content that matches your configuration or the settings that match. Wait for my Sitecore to just boot up there. And obviously these are the fields that you want to bring in the content from, the values from these fields. And what it's going to do, the visual crawler maps, as the documentation says, is basically going to be bringing in content items that are part of the presentation where the template ID matches this specific ID, and then obviously bringing the content from these from the values in these specific fields. Okay, this will make more sense once I show you the actual Sitecore. So you'll see here we're going to be starting, if you look at the configuration and you look at the scope item ID, you'll notice it's actually starting at the home item. So what it's going to do is going to crawl down and search for fields of items that match these field names, and then it's going to pull the values and put it into this page search content computed field. In addition, what it's going to do is it's going to bring in, as I mentioned before, bring in items that are part of its presentation that match this specific template ID. And in the launch Sitecore site, if you look at these little blocks over here, these spots, these are actually items that belong to this specific template over here. So if you want to do a quick search over here, so you'll notice that that is the audience segment template. If you just open this really fast, let's just go to edit mode real quick. And Sitecore is thinking here. And while we wait, feel free to fast forward through the video while Sitecore is thinking. I just wanted to show you how these different spot renderings are configured to point to items based on that specific template I just showed you. Go, Sitecore, go. Come on. Basically, if you look at, when we look at the data sources of those renderings, you'll see they're actually pointing to these items under the home page. Goodness, taking a while here. Alright, finally made it. Okay, so we have these spots over here. Abstract spot. Take a look, he's pointing to this guy over here. Obviously, content, home, audience, digital marketers. Audience, digital marketers. And like I said before, you'll see that these templates are the audience segment template, which is that ID over here that you saw that we were just searching for before, which matches what we have in the configuration. So basically what's going to happen is it is going to take, so these visual crawler maps, it's going to take the a match to this template, obviously these guys, and it's going to take the field values for title, abstract, and body that we have configured. Title, abstract, and body. So it's going to take those and it's going to add those to the page search content computed field over here. And along with that, like I mentioned before, it's going to take the field values of the item itself, title, subtitle, body. So that's going to come from the home item itself, title, subtitle, and body. And then all that combined is going to go into the page search content computed field over here. And so the point of this is so you can actually build a search using the Sitecore Search API and the link API to actually query and get search results based on all the content that makes up this specific page if you wanted to. Okay, so let's give it a try. So just confirming, we have this ready to roll. So what we're going to do now is we want to get that content into the index. So what's going to happen is we just go over to the control panel. Goodness, a little slow today. There we go. Go to Indexing Manager, and this is going to be in the master index, obviously. So as you can see by the configuration, we're using the default index configuration, which is the out-of-the-box Sitecore one, and this works perfectly for your own custom index configurations for Solr and Lucene, like I mentioned before. So I'm going to go ahead and just rebuild this guy. So basically what it's going to do is just going to take the content that we've targeted and put it in a new field that we've defined, that page search content field, and excellent. So now it's rebuilt. So let's take a look at what our index looks like. Let's use Luke to crack it open. Now, obviously, if you're using Solr, you can use Solr admin to take a look at your fields. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, cracked open that index, and let's bring it across here. You'll see that we're looking for the page search content computed field. And there he is right over there. Take a look at the terms. You'll see he's brought in all the values, all the content from our targeted fields. And we can do search for this guy. Yeah, template name. Okay, and this guy, I believe. So we want to see what's on our home page. Just want to show you how it's actually brought in the content, all the content that makes up the home page. Let's see, so it's the first guy. Okay. If we scroll down to a field, there you go, is your page search content field, computed field that matches over here. This guy. And it's brought in the content from both the item as well as items in the presentation. You can see here. So if you just there you go. Great stuff. You'll notice. Let's see if we can put a. Well, it's probably gonna have it's a responsive site, but you can see that we got. Getting started site. Welcome to launch Sitecore, digital markers attract, and all this content owner stuff here. And notice over here, there you go. Digital markers attract, content owner. So it's brought in all the content based on this page into that computed field. What you could do too, if you really wanted to, you could actually break out this. These content spots into their own computed field and then apply a specific weight that you can push up in your content search results if you wanted to. So you got a lot of flexibility in setting the search index fields up the way you like, depending on what you're trying to achieve with your search. And in the documentation, I have some samples of some link code to help you get started, just some really basic examples. You can see that, where's the documentation I had open? There we go. You can see just really some basic stuff here. So there's this the POCO right there and some link. So you can use this to develop your search for your website. Any questions or whatnot, you can feel free to contact me on Twitter, or just send messages on this is going to be available on the marketplace, so you can just comment over there and I can help you out to get started. But very lightweight search. If you're looking for something basic where Google Search Appliance, Google Mini, and Google Site Search, or even Coveo on options, this is just a low budget, obviously free solution that can then get your search going on your website. Thanks very much.